Problem?
Nah, I'm getting there.
Not in terms of gold and silver doesn't mean that we don't have our wealth. Some say we have lost it, but no, in a world gone mad, sanity's no real sign of health. So drop your bags and drop your fears, lift your voice and voice your cheers, hoist your mug and give some hugs, shout your mantra, sing your prayer. Look around, we're all right here. It just proves we're not all there. We may not have it all together, but together we can have it all. We may not have it all together, but together we can have it all.
Reach out for your brother them. Reach out for all your sistren. West map another might talk to all heathen, pagan, Rusman, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist and Jewish men. Another woman. I dip another the mic when I tell them again. Rasta man bring of blessing. We may have it together, man, but together we can have it.
The purpose of this life is to live a life with purpose. So don't get trapped inside your safety net. Fill your well and light your flame, but go on seeking service. Life without a cause is life without effect. So drop your bags and drop your fears, lift your voice and voice your cheers, hoist your mug and give some hugs, shout your mantra, sing your prayer. Look around, we're all right here. It just proves we're not all there. We may not have it all together, but together we can have it all. We may not have it all together, but together we can have it all. Hey!
Revolution without dancing is a revolution not worth having.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Thank God it's Friday.
I mean, I guess it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the IRONWORX right here on freeworld.fm. Bit of an impromptu show. Wasn't sure we were going to go live. And we just squeezed it in under the wire, too. Just said, fuck it. Luckily, I had most everything set up. Merry Christmas, fellas.
Feliz Navidad.
Surprised I'm here. After you guys said, okay, let's call it, I was gone, dude.
Dude was going. I told you in the text you could sleep. It would have been fine. I'm just up now, and it will take me a while to get back to sleep.
I didn't even see that text. I just caught the last one that said, let's do it. I was like, all right.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, well.
My bad. Well, when I realized Josh wouldn't be going in until 11, and he's been up since 2, it's like, well, let's not waste all this being up. Let's do something. So
I meant leaving work at 11:30, but that's all right.
Well, there you go.
It don't matter.
I completely misunderstood it all.
Like I said, I'll be up regardless. I was up.
Right. And that's what I figured, and I'm like here, so it'll take me a while to wind down back again. So sleeping has been yeah, very much hit and miss of late with holidays and the grabs. So, yeah. Did you guys have a fine holiday?
Yeah, it was quiet around here, but Cami's feeling better and better and better. Yeah, she caught something that was going to her, like people, or I don't even know how it all works, but it's been, a lot of people have been getting it. And dehydration is a big one with this one, I guess. Like a lot of people are going into the hospital from dehydration. And yeah, it knocked her down hard.
That's so
She
weird.
got real dehydrated.
Just seems strange that it's dehydrating people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally understand the occasional. I think that happens more often than we'd care to admit. Get sick, you feel like shit. You just want to lay around and not do nothing. Before you know it, you've not taken in any water whatsoever.
Well, this wasn't a lack of taking it in. This was like she couldn't take a drink of water and keep it down. Like a little drink of water.
That's
little
so
tiny baby sips to like wet the inside of her mouth were okay. But as soon as anything went into her stomach, like it came back up. Your man, everything was tasting like garlic to her. Like all kinds of stuff that shouldn't have tasted like garlic. Jello tasted like garlic. Like her body didn't want anything in it at all. She's going through so much Pedialyte, we should have bought stock.
That's so weird.
But she's a lot better now. A lot better now. Yeah, it was scary. For Cami to be contemplating going into the emergency room, you know it's serious. She's like me when it comes to doctors.
Fucking doctors.
I know.
Yeah, fucking doctors.
How was your guys? Mine went great just because of that, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm glad she's better, man. That shit sucks. There's nothing like not being able to take care of yourself properly.
Here.
It's been a while since I've been that bad. I've had it like that, though.
Yeah, mine, I was like that back in like 2018, I think, 2017, that happened to me, where like it felt like my kidneys, they just hurt. Like my kidneys ached. I got real bad dehydration. And like
I think the garlic taste is part of that too. Oops, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, it didn't matter how you laid. There was no comfortable position.
Right.
Like you couldn't get comfortable. Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh,
what were you saying about the garlic?
Sorry, I keep having an assistant stepping on my keyboard here. Give me a second. No, I was thinking that that taste is, I think, part of just that constant getting nauseated and having things hacked back up. It's part of your, like, the craft is in there, you know, the stomach acids and all that can have that. Seems like I remember reading some shit like that back. Come on, baby, be still. Come get on me or get off the keyboard. Lord. Sorry, she's really intent on being on my keyboard. Come here, you. Oh, I see what it is. Bender's in here keeping her agitated. It's okay. He's not after you. No, he's not. Silly girl. But yeah, it was altogether a good holiday for us. I mean, you know, usual fun of stressing and trying to get places at certain times and grocery stores running out of this, that, and the other for whatever ingredient you forgot you needed for the new dish you created last year or whatever. So just, you know, the usual holiday stressors. But it was good. A lot of, you know, potential, what's the word? I guess strife was avoided. No one got into any political crowd.
Good.
I was overly tolerant of the normies. It all worked out.
Overly tolerant. I love it. How about you, Josh?
It's quiet. Christmas Eve
Keep
headed
your
over.
blood pressure under check.
I think so. I was doing pretty good. We went over to Dixie's folks on Christmas Eve just to eat and hang out. I guess they'd got us some towels for a Christmas present. So we went and swapped gifts. And I was doing really good until I went to open the towels. I said, well, I don't have couldn't find a box or a good way to wrap them. So I just found a big Christmas bag and dropped them in this Christmas bag. So I went to open it and, of course, grabbed the big bow that was tying the bag together and grabbed the bow, untied it, and was holding it there in my hand when the sudden realization that this is my first Christmas without my mother sets in. And saving all the good bows and all the good wrapping paper to recycle and reuse next year has always been the running joke in our family. So I'm sitting there holding this perfectly good bow, big, just giant cloth bow, obviously going to get reused. And that's when it sort of sets in. And I was pretty well quiet the rest of the night. It was really tough, a lot tougher than I thought it would be. My mom had a habit, not even habit, a tradition, I guess would be the more accurate word, a tradition of baking what she called a Swedish tea ring, which is just this huge in-depth pastry that takes about 3 days from start to finish to get it actually made. And that was just the common thing on a Christmas morning, was you get up and you'd have Swedish tea ring while everybody opened presents. So no Swedish tea ring, no mom.
Yeah.
But it was all right. Beyond that.
That just means you have to start making the tea ring.
Fuck that.
Right.
I've got the
That's
recipe.
what we've done for my mom's, like that's the takes me back to her, you know, every year. Michelle makes it like my mom, from my mom's recipe. So that's kind of or I help her do it, or whatever the situation is. But yeah, it definitely helps keep that tradition and memory and just, you know, honor her doing the hard shit she used to do for us, for everybody else, kind of thing. And then again, it definitely is really raw that first Christmas, dude, because my mom's like life was Christmas. She had, like, you know, she would start in July almost and be into it and be ready for it and pumped up. And decorations and, you know, just wanting to go run around and look at lights, drive around, whatever, and just, you know, the whole 9 yards. So it definitely is an adjustment, and it takes a few times through it before it really, the rawness gets out of there. But, you know, it's inevitable at some point on the Christmas day, Christmas Eve, whichever, that I get a little tear or two, just wishing she could be in the middle of it all like she'd like to be. So it definitely is tougher. But, yeah, I just try to keep that memory alive and stay in touch with my family who are in Oregon, which also makes it difficult, you know, when they're so many miles away. So fortunately, Michelle's huge family, or I guess it used to be a huge event because we'd go up to her grandmother's where all the, you know, that side of the family they all live up there. And they're way Yankees, man. Winfield, whoo, that's Yankee country. That's just about an hour and a half or two north of us. But anyway, yeah.
My little brother might be moving to Shreveport, Louisiana. Would he be a Yankee?
He is definitely a Yankee. Oh, Lord, Shreveport. That's almost Canadians.
Yeah, he got a job offer. He might be, I think he got the job, possibly.
Nice.
Interesting. Man, I know my cat didn't just fart in front of me on the keyboard. Did you really do that, you little turd? She's looking at me like, what? Me? Oh my God. It's rare they do that, but when they do it, you know it. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. Woo. Hang on. Let me get this taste out of my mouth.
It's a bam, Mr. Kitty. Bam.
And she muted me. Lord, she muted me. But yeah, it's, I spent like, oh man, let me see. We moved to around 81. Left Miami in late 80s. So yeah, it'd been like 81 that we moved to a little. Come on, Cleo. I can't even finish a sentence when I see it go red up there. Come on, get over here. I mean, she's just wallowing on the keyboard. I guess she's trying to spread the joy. Come here, you. Ooh-wee. Something else. Anyway, a little place right outside of Shreveport, Princeton or Halton, if you will. And then to the other side of Shreveport, a little place called Blanchard, which is where we wound up living for the most time there till I was about, I guess, 19? So, yeah, I had a lot of time there in Shreveport, a lot of good times, high school, you know. And then left there, family, some stayed there, but over time, pretty much everybody, like all my uncles' families, most of my cousins, pretty much all of them moved to other places, some back to Mississippi, some over to Dallas, but I still have a cousin and her family up there. We haven't really seen them. Man, good Lord. Probably the hurricane that we last had to actually run from because it was barreling down our throat. And that's when we were living in a trailer, so that's been a minute. And that's the only reason we left. We were living in a trailer. So, yeah, Shreveport, I know they had gotten like a casino or maybe 2 or 3. I don't know how many. I know there's casinos that weren't there when I was there, and I know they had a lot of oil field leave or die off and new ones move in. That was what my family all were into or did for a living, was the oil field. So at the offices there at Merco and Shreveport. But yeah, definitely potentially a good place. I can't really say. It's been a while since I've been there. I know different places after you leave them, they can either, you know, keep going, chugging and going and up, or some of them decline. I have looked at a few videos about Jackson, Mississippi, where I used to spend a lot of time. Vicksburg, right outside of Jackson. Well, not right outside, but close to Jackson, managing the arcade and all that. And yeah, you don't want to move to Jackson anymore. It's not the place to be. Guess I'll have to look into Shreveport for you and see what's going on there.
Nobody wants to get in a fight in Jackson, Mississippi on a Saturday night.
Right. Especially since there's 3 of them and only 1 of you.
Exactly.
Tuck my hair up under my hat. Told the bartender that I had a flat. Would he be kind enough to give me change for a one? Oh, man. Good old Charlie Daniels. That takes me back right there. I see me and my cousin and my uncle sitting around a fire whenever I hear that song. That's just what comes to mind. Memories, man. They're amazing, aren't they?
Oh, there's something.
What is a memory? And how is it that everybody's are different? You know, similar, but they're always, you know, it's a different point of view, a different background, you know, unless you're all facing the same way, whatnot. But if you're sitting there looking at each other, yeah, memories are just, I was thinking about it. And yeah, history itself is perspective based. I don't know. How accurate could history be when two people in the same room can see something completely different? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Doug Maurer in chat there just threw my memories back, man. Flowood, Mississippi. They used to have a little tiny, like, amusement park with rides and things called Christmas. Damn it. Christmas Town, Christmas Village. Damn. I was young when it closed down, so that's been a minute. Good Lord, Flowood. Yeah, that's right outside of Jackson, indeed. I hope your trip was good. Oh, it was raining? Oh, that sucks. Uh-oh. Israel said Shreveport is not good. Israel Adams, what's up? Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time over in Tyler, Texas when I lived in Shreveport too, there, Israel. Lake of the Pine.
Well, there's crocodiles in Shreveport, right? Or alligators?
Oh, no. I mean, there probably are in, like, Cross Lake. I mean, not Cross Lake, Caddo Lake. But, they're not just like, yeah, they're not on the side of the road, or you don't walk them on the leash or any of that like we do down here. Just playing catch up there in chat. Seeing everybody here. Good to see you guys. Hope you all had a good holiday. Even you bah humbug type people.
Oh, man. So the government didn't shut down.
Aw.
Imagine that.
And that's all I asked for Santa to give me.
It's getting bad now, though. Like, even there's politicians that are speaking out about how ridiculous it is. Like, yeah, we're going to all sit here and argue. We're going to wait till the last minute and this and that. But you know it's going to get passed. But it was nice because that 1,500-page bill that they were given, you know, hours to skim through didn't get passed. Which was like them giving themselves a raise and all that other bullshit that gets added into the sidelines. So it went from like a 1,500-page bill. I forget how big it was when it ended. Like 20 some odd pages or something like that. Something that, you know, there wasn't a bunch of extra shit hidden in. But it's all a joke. It's not even a good show anymore. It's like watching the same movie over and over and over again, where with little tiny changes, the names and the characters change, but the story's still the same. We need more money. We need more money. That's the story. Oh. So yeah, I don't know. This whole politics thing is, you know, I almost got excited when I was hearing about all these. And I mean, there are things that are changing. Like fluoride is being, you know, not added to water all over Florida, I know. And there's other states that are jumping on board, and places and municipalities that are, you know, not adding poison into the water now all of a sudden. So we are seeing some changes for the good. But at the same time, you know, it's still the show. With all this information coming out, you knew there were going to be steps taken backwards for them. It was inevitable. But as we're seeing it now, you can't get lost in the sauce. You know, you can't, oh, it's like we've always said, the revolution is not going to be televised. You're not going to see any real change coming from the idiot box or mainstream anything. We're not even going to hear about it. It's going to be like flat Earth. It's not going to be talked about openly on these big giant platforms. But it's people are waking up. That's the one. My one silver lining that I have is that people are waking up. Every day, more and more people. Now, I think quite a few fell back asleep after Trump won. You know, like there was a, I don't know, it's like getting lulled into this sense of, you know, it's going to be okay, when really this war is never, ever going to be over. There needs to be a song, like the song that never ends. This is the war that never ends. This is like the battle between good and evil. And evil is on top. Sorry to say. Before I keep ranting, I guess we could go on a break.
Wow, I just realized our producer is not here.
What? Are we even still online?
We're here. It's just a lot to keep track of without her here.
Well, I hope she's doing okay. She was not feeling great, I noticed the other day when we were getting ready to go to the holiday. Maybe she just didn't know we were going until this afternoon. Hope she's feeling better.
Yeah, that could be. I'm not quite sure. If I'd said last week we were going to be going live again on Friday night or Friday morning, I guess
the logical thing would have been for us to reach out to each other yesterday to figure all that out. Sorry. I thought about it twice, but it was just recovery day for damn sure.
What, you mean 3:30 in the morning wasn't the best time to do it?
No, you know, hey, we got it worked out.
Well, I almost did it at 2:15 when I woke up, but figured you guys wouldn't be awake yet.
That would have got you probably a scolding. Of course, I wouldn't have seen it until I got up at 3 o'clock. So, but Zack's end of it, I don't know.
Liz.
Right.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She is smiling alone.
If I didn't get Barbara Streisand out of my system, I was going to hear this all day in my head.
Oh no, it's show tunes today, buddy. I'm going to find one right now.
All right.
Begins to mourn.
I guess we could take like a real one.
I like Ironworks because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworks with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworks.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ironrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworks with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworks and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back. Second half of the first half. And a big shout out to Ian is a baby kitty.
You know that Sony chick is still up on the ISS? Still doing her hair like the Bride of Frankenstein?
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't doubt it.
6 months. Since June, they were supposed to come home after 8 days in June. And they're
what
just
about
still
the Doublemint twins? I thought they stayed up there like 80 years or what the fuck ever.
Yeah, but how is it they're not home yet?
Keep you distracted? Not you, but them. Oh, wow. Hey, you never pushed that button on Rumble. I just noticed again. I opened it and saw it was doing the green thing, but is it actually going?
Should be. Give it a refresh.
Okay, maybe it's my end. Let me refresh. Yep. But yeah, Zach, I don't have a clue. I saw a story about it too, go through how they did this, did that, still left them. I'm like, okay. At that point, I knew it was just a distracted story. It didn't really matter. When they easily could have gotten them out of there and they didn't, or whatever the fuck it was. I'd have to go back and find the story. But did you hear the really bad news, Zach?
No, what happened?
2026.
Is it coming down?
2026 now. We're not going back in 2025. I know we all knew it was going to happen in 2025, but nope, not now. 2026. Artemis 2 and 3 have been delayed to, let me see. Will they give us a month? No, just 2026. That's all I see here.
And remember, folks, we did 4 Apollo missions in 6 months.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They had already put it out to 2026. I apologize. My bad. So, yeah, April 2026 was the original. Right? Yeah. No, it is April 26th. Lord, this is a very confusing article. It must be AI written. Yeah, that's what it is. April 2026. Now, Artemis 3 was originally going to be late 2026. Now, it's been moved to mid-2027. So, get your scorecards ready.
Do they need more money?
I'm sure. Well, I mean, they just burnt up, what was it? Like, the solar, what was it? Parker's probe, they just burnt that all the fuck up. So, they probably need more money.
Not returning data anymore.
Yeah.
Everything that was going to touch the sun. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
I saw you found the Christmas tree story. I missed it.
Yeah.
We're only a couple days.
Yeah.
Only a couple days out. Let me show everybody.
Halloween, they get the jack-o'-lantern sun or something crazy like that, or the skeleton-faced asteroid. Now Christmas, we got a Christmas tree.
And a celestial wreath. Don't forget that. We got a wreath and a tree.
Celestial wreath.
And a tree. There's your tree and your wreath. Merry motherfucking Christmas. Oh my God. Wait,
Tesla has been, Elon's been too wrapped up in that government Doge crap. He's got all kinds of stuff to be trying to fix with Tesla. You see all the nonsense going on in Teslas now?
I saw the stories you dropped. I haven't actually read them yet.
So
grass now is the new enemy?
Yeah, they find grass growing inside the truck now. Trapped water and dirt buildup create a fertile environment for plant life. That's not something you want inside of your vehicle.
Well, I mean, if you're trying to hide your grow room, maybe it's the way to go.
No.
What, Josh?
No.
So they have these triangular hard plastic mud flaps? What? Fitted the Cybertruck triangular hard plastic mud flaps. Unfortunately, dirt and water accumulate in the closed space, leading to a fertile environment where plant life can grow. Can I get a picture of what you're talking about, like where these are growing? Grass growing in Cybertruck. It's really green. I don't want it, and neither do you. He had some in his rear driver side air deflector. That's not in. Yeah, not a mud flap. The thing that goes over the top of the window. A screw ripped out of it, causing it to hang a little bit. Jeez, oh Pete. I decided to try to remove it and noticed the guard was full of water and dirt with grass growing in it. He had to drill a small hole in the bottom to drain the water and remove the grass.
I got that one. I do have the draining happening, but I can't find a picture of the grass.
And all four of them had water and dirt with grass. Not just the one window somewhere where the screw fell out, but all four of them. He says he recommends drilling small holes in all four to prevent dirt and water collection. Here's an idea. Don't buy a Cybertruck.
Well, there is that, but here's your grass, Zack, if you see my screen. Fucking crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, let's just go drill holes in your new truck. It's fine.
'Cause you gotta.
No big deal there.
That's a feature, not a bug.
Jeez. Oh my God. And then something else happened to the old Cybertruck. I saw somebody having a new software update. Latest Tesla software update bricked several Cybertrucks. Elon Musk, unaware of the issue, says that fully self-drive 13.2.2 update is Tesla's Christmas gift to the world. So at least 4 Cybertruck owners have confirmed that their trucks have died after installing the latest software update. And Elon calls it their Christmas gift. I kind of saw this coming. I mean, people have been ripping on the Cybertruck with good reason for a while now. But ever since he went dark MAGA or whatever he's calling himself now, the left just hates him. I thought that would like tank Tesla sales. For sure. I thought for sure Tesla sales would have tanked after he, went to the Republican Party like he did. Oh, ba. So what do we got? Less than a month? And allegedly, now see, I don't think they can release the Diddy tapes and files and stuff until after his goes through court and all that kind of jazz. I don't think they can, because that would be kind of meddling with the court case, the public opinion and all that kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. But they said they wanted to release the Epstein list. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think we're going to see anything out of that? Or, I mean, because they said after they won the election. That's the only part that, like, throws me. Like, they didn't have to say it. It wasn't like a point, you know, for, hey, if you want to know who is on the Epstein list, vote for Trump. That wasn't, like, the thing. Which makes me wonder, are they really going to release the info that they have? Or is this another one of the just blank promises? Seven? Who's seven?
I was wondering the same thing.
46 and 2 are enemies. Oh, my book was passed.
Nice.
196 pages.
Very nice.
I think it's 8 by 11 and a half or something like that. Bigger, hardcover. Yeah. I got to come up with like a advertisement type commercial, something or other, and see if I can't get some people to play it around. Yeah, I can't wait to get a copy though. It's crazy when you're doing this stuff. I like made up 4 lines. They didn't even rhyme. You know, like writing a poem isn't hard for some people, right? Especially, you know, just a 13-line poem. But taking 7 of those poems with a number in the pages and having to rewrite out all the letters because you changed the picture size, so you got to change all the size of everything else, the fonts and whatnot. As I was going through and doing those 196 pages and retyping them out, I totally changed 4 of the poems. Like 1 line in each one of these different poems. The line didn't rhyme. It was weird, dude. I was going back over it yesterday before I submitted it. Like, how the hell did I do this? But yeah, when you're sitting there, you know, doing it for 8-10 hours a day.
Right, in the flow.
In the flow, yeah, you just kind of are going, and you don't even realize that, hey, that line wasn't even part of the poem. I just made that line up right off the top of my, right here as I'm doing it. Yeah, I caught 4 of those yesterday, and then I had to go back and fix, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages. The numbers were on the wrong side of the page, or they were misnumbered, or yada, yada, yada.
So there's a guy in chat asking for a friend if everyone that went to the Diddy parties is on the list. What's up, David? What's up, David?
No, I think you're safe. They kept the baby oil vendors off the list. You should be good.
There you go.
Those people, man. Yeah, I don't know.
We know who 7 is now. Thank you, Lunderground. Lunderground sent us a link letting me know that today is Wood Ox Day. Apparently. Yen wood is the heavenly frequency of the day, associated with flowers, leaves, and grass. heightens our curiosity, like flowers always reaching toward the light. Follow that curiosity to elevate your consciousness. A higher consciousness enables us to find more beauty and wisdom in the diversity of our world. Nice. I like that. Thank you, Lunderground.
Yeah, with the whole Diddy thing, I don't know. I mean, you know that people are like LeBron James. I think he is so messed up in the head right now with all this shit going on. Like, he stopped playing basketball.
Oh, wow. No, I missed that.
I've been watching some of his last few games. He's been playing the worst basketball since this came out in his career. I know he's getting older and everything, but it's not like it's because he's slow or because of this, or, you know, it's not his frailness of his body or anything like that why he's playing. Like, he's shooting the worst he's ever shot in his career. He's making more turnovers, more dribbling mistakes, more, just like his head was not in basketball at all. You could tell.
Interesting. Yeah. Pretty telling.
And I just, you know, this stuff, it needs to come out. But it's not like I trust this administration any more than I trusted the last administration. As much as I want to, because they're saying things that I like. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks. It does. Because you know when you see it, and you know something needs to change and something needs to happen, and then all of a sudden it becomes like, you know, mainstream that this is going on. So now you're waiting for, okay, well, when's the next shoe going to drop? When are these people going to start, you know, being thrown in prison? And not just the trafficker, but the people that paid the trafficker. I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to actually really come out. I don't think so. I want to get my hopes up, but at the same time, I don't trust any of these people at all. Like, at all. And now people are coming out of the woodworks, you know, oh, I went to a Diddy party when I was young and this and that and blah, 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 blah. But there's zero proof. At least they have zero proof. And then it starts bringing, you know, people start questioning. Well, if she's lying, then is everybody lying? Blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. Da, 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 da. You have the tapes. I mean, isn't it after a court date, unless things are hidden, you can go in and look at the evidence? Is that not, like, at least as it was presented? I know you can't go and get a bottle of baby oil from Diddy's, but don't you get to look at the evidence that is presented to the court after the fact? I'm gonna have to ask Cami about that.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Not necessarily.
That stuff doesn't become public record. Yeah, I don't know. Because I know court transcripts you can get and things like that. But do those have like pictures and stuff like that or whatnot? I don't know. But yeah, you can actually, there are signs. Now, this whole thing with LeBron could be something totally different, you know? It could be something that has nothing to do with Diddy or any of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the guy dropped off of social media even.
I think he's tanking it on purpose. That's my guess.
Well, I know everywhere he's going, like at all his games he was playing in, as he was walking in and out or sitting on the sideline, people were asking him, so ain't no party like a Diddy party, huh, LeBron? There's all kinds of videos of people asking LeBron about the Diddy party.
That's very crazy.
I also know within the last several weeks, his son has started playing with him. And since his son has taken the court and not really been hitting the first string, that it seems like he's sort of then started to taper off a little bit. And I just wonder how much of that could be as a contrast to get his son some playtime.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only reason he came back to play, I mean, he's old. He's over 40 now. But I think that was one of the reasons he came back to play, was to play with his son. And his son isn't a bad basketball player by any means, you know, but he's not a professional caliber, in my opinion. The only reason he is on any pro ball anything is because his last name is James. And that's it. Which I get. I mean, that's been going on since forever. That's going to about do it.
That's about do it. And it's the rare sports segment you get here on the Ironworks.
I know, right? Well, look, I put 2 songs. Pick whichever. One referenced our earlier conversation. The other references the conversation that was happening in chat. So it's completely up to you whenever you want to get to them. I just wanted you to know I don't have a preference.
All right. I may do the second one. Just stupid commercials. And before we take a break, let me just... Nah, better not. That'll probably take longer than we've got. I just hate commercials. YouTube seems to be playing more of them. Everybody seems to be stepping up their commercial game.
Show mode, that's when they keep throwing them into our mix more. Because when I clicked on it earlier to find the song, it started playing immediately. But when I hand it off to you, that's when it kicks commercial in. I think they know. I really do.
Even normal shit seems to... Where you might get 2 or 3 commercials in an hour video on YouTube now. They're like every 7 or 8 minutes. It's going to drop in another fucking video.
Yeah, it's worse than old school commercial TV at this point. Yep.
All right, then let's take a break. We shall be back right after this for the second half.
Well, I left Kentucky back in 49 and went to Detroit working on assembly line. The first year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I always wanted me one that was long and black. One day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car worth at least $100,000. I'd get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. So the very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and with help from my friend, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. I've never considered myself a thief, but GM wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. The first day I got me a fuel pump, and the next day I got me an engine and a trunk. Then I got me a transmission and all the chrome. The little things I could get in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all 4 shocks, but the big stuff we snuck out my buddy's mobile home. Now up to now my plan went all right till we tried to put it all together one night, and that's when we noticed that something was definitely wrong. The transmission was a 53 and the motor turned out to be a 73, and when we tried to put in the bolts, all the holes were gone. So we drilled it out so that it would fit, and with a little bit of help from an adapter kit, we had that engine running just like a song. Now the headlights, there was another sight. We had 2 on the left and 1 on the right, but when we pulled out the switch, all 3 of them come on. The back end looked kind of funny too, but we put it together, and when we got through, well, that's when we noticed that we only had 1 tail fin. About that time, my wife walked out, and I could see in her eyes that she had her doubts, but she opened the door and said, "Honey, take me for a spin." So we drove uptown just to get the tags, and I headed to ride on down Main Drag. I could hear everybody laughing for blocks around. But up there at the courthouse, they didn't laugh, 'cause to type it up, it took the whole staff, and when they got through, the title weighed 60 pounds. I got it 1 piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. Yeah, Red Rider, this is the Cottonmouth in the Psycho-Billy Cadillac, come on. This is the Cottonmouth, and negatory on the cost of this machine there, Red Rider. You might say I went right up to the factory and picked it up. It's cheaper that way. What model is it? Well, it's a 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile. It's a 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68.
Stands on the hill as the crowd warms to the first breeze of light. A bird song shatters the still. Inside morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your head.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Let me ask you something. When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworks here on freeworld.fm. We are also live streaming on YouTube and Rumble. Check it out. Check us out at ironrealmmedia.
Indeed. That was a nice break. Thank you for both those tunes. I was not expecting Johnny Cash because I had lost chat because I had a cat on my keyboard and couldn't really get anywhere. So when I went back and saw that, that was awesome. And thank you for the Maiden as well, dude. That took me back. I truly don't think I've had that album in my possession or in a player or listened to it probably since high school, truly. And I mean, that stayed in my Walkman. Hello, old dude. I had a Walkman, and the cassette of Peace of Mind stayed in it, like, regularly. And I would draw that album cover of lovely Eddie in his padded room quite often. So thank you for that throwback. Yes, very needed.
BCB in chat asked if that was a picture of a time-traveling Josh as a child. Yes, that was...
I missed it.
I'll throw it back up on the screen. It was one I just happened to run across going through some old emails.
See this.
Well, it actually, I had planned to go see, not my dad, because he had gone to Chicago. They typically go to Chicago for Christmas, for whatever the fucking reason. But my uncle and aunt and cousin.
Go out to the wild, see if they still got it.
Well, they were there, so I was going to drive down and say hi to the aunt and uncle and cousin and just kind of spend the day with them. So I got ready, hopped in the car, and proceeded to go down there. Within the first 5 miles, I realized the oncoming traffic was appearing very, very soon in front of me. About 3 car lengths in front of my car was about the time that I would see the oncoming traffic. I thought, well, shit, that doesn't seem right. So I had to clean my window, proceeded on, realized, nope, it's just my eyes. I actually really need glasses to the point that I don't feel safe driving myself right now. And that was... Wow,
and I slept the whole way home.
Well, that's what's messed up. 2 months ago, it wasn't even this bad. Wasn't an issue. Like, I know my right eye's got, I think, cataract in it, so it's not exactly clear, and my left eye does a lot of the heavy lifting for both, but it really wasn't bad. Hasn't been bad until very recently when I realized that shit. And a lot of it was the position of the sun and just the glare, because I'm sure I've got an astigmatism as well. So it was just this combination of things, but as a bitter pill to swallow. And I think sort of initiated a bit of a midlife crisis, I think.
As a teenager, I guess.
You're real low, Walter.
What did she do? There's no telling what she's done here. Did she maybe change my earbud? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it just sounded maybe a misplaced microphone, perhaps. Like you were there, just a little low and muffled.
But that shouldn't have happened. I hope she's not shorting it out. She's laying under the mic in case y'all didn't notice a while ago. She's back, by the way. She is returned. She gave me the keyboard for about 5 minutes, and now it's back to being hers. Is it okay now?
Yeah, sound good now.
Or do I need to dig into the settings? Okay.
Nope.
Well, it's definitely one of those things where it's a choice you have to really make, whether you just want to keep deteriorating your eyes or if you want to start working on exercises that might improve them without glasses. I started looking into all that as I just got tired of the glasses, got tired of the whole rigmarole of every year. It's like, yeah, is this better? one or two, and all that shit. And just getting stronger and stronger prescriptions and eyes getting worse and worse. So at this point, though, I really don't have a choice. I mean, I'm dealing with this myasthenia gravis thing with the double vision. That becomes the issue when I'm driving now. And, fatigue definitely makes it worse. So the drive back from our last day of actually crazy shopping that we actually did, which we rarely do that anymore in Lafayette. We usually try to get everything either online or locally just to avoid that madness. But her sister wanted to go, so we went and joined up with her and did a lot of shopping on a crazy day. And I did a lot of driving, and it just, by the time we were driving home, I finally told her, look, you're going to have to get us home. I just couldn't see. So we both had a vision problem trying to drive for Christmas. Merry Christmas to us.
Realization.
A video or two that I have about, there's different exercises that definitely can improve your vision. I don't know that with the cataracts and astigmatism and all the things that it entails. That's what I deal with is astigmatism so bad I can't even wear contacts. So, anyway. Lunderground says piss in your eye.
I see Connie's starting a castor oil treatment for eye/cataract treatment in January.
Yeah. I dabbled with that back like months before I went to the meetup with you guys. I had gotten some really high-end castor oil. It came with like a mascara brush, the whole 9 yards. And did it probably, I don't know, a good month maybe of doing it at night as I would get ready for bed. I would goo up my eyes really good, wake up in the morning and get it off kind of thing. And got out there with you guys and began to experience the eye droop. And initially it was like, holy shit, did the oil make my eyelid heavy or something here? I don't know. I didn't know at the time what was going on. So it definitely made me quit messing with my eyes for a minute until I figured out what was wrong with them. So yeah, it's something I've been thinking about getting back into. I actually have some castor oil with, DMSO? Is
yes.
that a thing?
Dimethyl sulfoxide.
So is that okay to put in your, I'm seeing it in the, chat now. Yeah. So is that safe in your eyes? I haven't looked it up yet. I'm seeing Lunderground say eye drops, DMSO eye drops. So apparently it is safe.
I'm sure it would be diluted. I don't think you may be dropping straight DMSO in your eyeball, but.
Well, no, it's in the castor oil. It's already in the castor oil with a few other little, extra molecules floating around in there to make it really good castor oil. So I wonder if that would help my eyes more, maybe, or not. I don't know. I don't know. I've been using that particular castor oil as my navel oil every night in bed there. I've had to quit doing it like during the day. Like I used to just smear a little bit in there and go around and kind of hope my shirt didn't get a big oil spot on it, but that really isn't effective because usually your shirt gets a really big oil spot on it and it's very fucking hard to get off.
WD-40.
A little dawn and the oil spot's gone if you like drop a greasy, burger or something down your shirt. But man, that oil is so viscous, it's hard to get. It's like getting a fucking 30 weight or something.
I guess hit it with WD-40 first.
Thin it up first?
Well, yeah, it's going to thin out that oil a little bit and break it up just a little bit, then hit it with the Dawn, and the Dawn will break up that WD-40. Yep.
That's what's up. Well, that's what I said. I tried to get it off a couple of shirts I had got. Not a huge, big old, 8-inch spot or nothing. Just a little 2 or 3 inch little, oh, there's a darker, oily spot there. I need to deal with it before it gets bad. Nope, they're still there. So, the dawn, I'm scrubbing it, letting it sit, doing the whole 9 yards, and yeah, it's still hanging out. So, I'll try that next.
Well, yeah, I think my midlife crisis, rather than a little red convertible and leaving Dixie for a 23-year-old, I think it's probably going to look a little bit more like black powder rifles and buckskins. But yeah, that was sort of the realization I've had on our break, was that now that I'm getting older, my chance to sort of follow in my father's footsteps. Because the guy in the picture holding the cup, the tin cup, that's actually my dad with the little thing draped over his shoulder. And that was their return to St. Louis. They actually had one of those great big, 16-foot canoes. And they came floating down. It was like a 3-day float, I think, maybe, and just came floating down the Mississippi River and made a big entrance there at St. Louis. When they came in, the big crowd was gathered, and everybody watched them come in like it was, 1820, because they were all done up in their full regalia. Then that was me coming to say hi to my dad. They're in the front. But that was always something that has been, on my dad's side, a part of me, just that whole mountain man buckskinner thing. It was something that I've always been interested in, and I was always wanting to actually consider doing. But like many things, I'll do it later. I'll do it when I get a little older. I can't do it now, but soon. One of these years, I'll get into it. Now I'm damn near 50 and can't see for shit. So I think that might be something I do as a little bit of old man LARPing.
That's what's up, though. That's a great photo as well.
You should try some sun gazing. Early morning sun gazing.
Yep, early morning or late sunset. Right as it's probably 10 minutes after or 10 minutes before would be about your safest period. You don't want to go too much earlier or later because the brighter sun can do damage, but
I do it.
Ask Zack.
Yeah. Yeah, my left eye it's like a microscope, kind of, instead of a telescope. My left eye. I stared at the sun. It was like a 45-minute drive to Grandma's house, and for over half of it, I just stayed there with my right eye closed and my left eye staring at the sun and watched it change colors. It went from like neon blue to green to this neon yellow to this orange, like a red, and then it would go back, and it just kept changing all these colors. It was so cool looking. And when I told my optometrist that, he was like, "Oh, you were melting your retina." Literally, I was melting away layers of my retina, or my lens, or whatever. I was messing up my eye real bad. But what it did, instead of being convex, it's concave now on my left eye. So I can like zoom in and focus in with my left eye on really teeny tiny things. Like with my left eye, I can see, my right eye I can't at all. I could barely see like the hair on my hands with my right eye up close. Now when I move it away, I can see them okay, about 2 feet. But when I pull them about 6 inches, my right eye, everything gets blurry. But my left eye, I open that up, and now I can see everything like to a finite detail.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
well,
so I messed up my eye, but I made it like a bionic eye at the same time.
Right. Earlier, when I was going to check Rumble again, I noticed the thumbnail Josh had thrown up there. And your left eye caught my attention in that photograph. and in that photograph, and I was like, well, goddamn, I guess I'm gonna have to get Zack to say Knodel again for me.
Oh, did I have lizard people eyes?
No, but it was definitely strange in that one photo. I figured it was just a bad picture, photo digitation. You had left, I mean, you had moved maybe a second before the photo took or something. That's what it kind of really looked like. But now that you're saying all that about your left eye, it could be something that actually is visible in the photographs, and I didn't know that's what it was.
So I had to say Knodel.
Oh, shit, get him. Somebody call, get Cami to tackle him.
Walla mama nama nama na. Oh no. Knodel, I know. So did you see
there's all kind of goodies in chat about vision. There's really lots. I don't want to go read it all because suddenly we'll get like, you know, a 3-month vacation here at the end of the year. But it definitely was a lot of good info. So I would highly recommend anyone go back through and just peruse for your entertainment purposes only, of course.
So there's a Mars orbiter, right? Allegedly. Yeah. And why do they do this shit, dude? It's like, okay, you claim that you got this going on up there and this and that, right? It's an orbiter. It's got to be so high in the sky. Some of these pictures look like you're standing on top of someone's house and took a picture. It's not from an orbiter. They're showing the icy landscape of the southern pole of Mars, right? So they're showing the ground. It's covered in snow with all these weird swirls on it. Now, there are a couple pictures in the article, one actually, that looks like it's an aerial view where it's pointed straight down and it looks like it, you know, could have been taken from a high altitude something. But the rest of there's one image here where you don't even see all of the land. It's like a landscape photo shot, like you're almost standing on the ground taking the picture. We don't have a rover down there. This is supposedly taken from high altitude. You can't take a picture like this from a high altitude. What took this picture? I dropped the link, the article in chat there, Josh. I'll drop it for people if they want to go check it out on the show too. Sorry, everybody on the radio. I know this doesn't make for the greatest radio, but I mean, the picture is obviously not taken from a high altitude anything. It looks like people are standing on the ground. Someone took this picture. And I want to know how. What took this picture? We don't have anything within thousands of miles of this area. We're nowhere near the poles with our rovers and our little helicopter and all that bullshit they claim is up there. But I want to see a high altitude balloon here or anything, a satellite, take an image of this, of our Earth. I want to see detail like this and this close to the ground, looking out at the horizon from a high altitude anything. I'm calling bullshit. This is like nail in the coffin type bullshit on this whole Mars thing. You do not have a craft anywhere near this area to take this photo. You don't. This isn't a high altitude anything. This is right there at the horizon. You're taking these photos from very close to the ground. Ugh. But it's not real, it's not water snow, it's CO2, blah, 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 something like, who cares? Carbon dioxide, yeah, dry ice. Sure it is. But yeah, these type of shenanigans, I don't know, it's almost like we haven't really been focusing on NASA as much lately. flat Earth. I mean, I know there's still all the memes that go out and everything like that, but I haven't seen a whole lot of videos of people ripping on NASA like we used to. I guess it's almost like it's just accepted by so many people now that it's bullshit. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, in our circles, for damn sure, but I even know a lot of, people who just will not look at flat that are beginning to believe the fact that NASA's full of shit. So, yeah, maybe so.
Geez, I come back to silence?
Wait, what?
What was silent?
I didn't hear anything. I just came back, sat down, and it was real quiet.
Oh.
You just must have got here at the lull of our conversation.
Can you bring up that picture in that article I dropped in the, I think it was Show Prep. Might have been Ironworks. The Gizmodo.com, Mars Orbiter. Again, sorry for everybody there at Free World. I know this makes for horrible radio. But you got to scroll through a couple of these images, Josh, and tell me if this looks like high-altitude photography to you. If that image could have been taken even from like a high-altitude balloon with, the PD-1000 zooming in on, do you think you could take an image like this?
All right, let me pull them up.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we don't have anything on the ground near the poles. It says that the ESA took this image from an orbiter that's going around the moon. It should be at the very bottom. I just dropped it.
Yeah, I got it. I'm sure.
Maybe it might be. Yeah, okay.
The frosty swirls.
Yeah.
The first comment below the article. So, it's like a big fog machine at a Kiss concert.
Yeah, one person was talking about this is all fake, NASA's fake. Didn't say anything about flat Earth, and the first reply is, yeah, you flat Earth, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, look at that. Does that look like a high altitude? Now, I'll give you that one. That one kind of looks like it's, from above a little bit. But when you get to near the bottom, there's one in there. It's like, dude, there is no way you're going to tell me that that's from a high altitude anything. You are very near the ground. Yeah, they had one image in there that looked like it was from high altitude.
The bottom you're talking about?
Yeah. They're not very high off the ground.
Australia Scopuli region near the South Pole of Mars.
Yeah, sure you did. From not even the helicopter. This is from an orbiter, a satellite orbiting the planet.
It's the Polar Express. No, sorry. It says it's the Mars Express. Doo-doo. That is a picture using a high-resolution stereo camera. That's what that picture is. High-res.
High-res. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Oh. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, maybe they cropped
it. Yeah. Maybe it's Devon Island. It's so funny how they start getting these polar pics right around Canada's winter time.
What are you implying, Zachary? Oh, wow. What is up, Andrew B? I just got back over to the show call and saw that he had left. And when he was here, when I went to grab the picture, and now he's gone. What's up, brother? We didn't mean to ignore you. I didn't know you were there.
Oh, he'll pop in if he's got something to say.
If he's got something to tease us with, right?
Maybe he's got something not to say. But that does it for... We're coming up on the third and final break here.
Oh,
we
wow.
actually went on a little bit.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, a little over, too. So do stick around.
For hanging out.
Yeah, much appreciated. Who knows what we have in store on that final segment. So, smoke them if you got them. Sit back, relax, hang out, and we'll be right back.
They say the neon lights are right on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down that street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. They say the women treat you fine on Broadway, but looking at them just gives me the blues. 'Cause how you gonna make some time when all you got is one thin dime, and one thin dime won't even shine your shoes. They say that I won't last too long on Broadway. I'll catch a Greyhound bus for home, they all say. But they're dead wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play this here guitar, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. No, 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 no. I'm gonna quit till I'm a star, 'cause I know I can now.
here to the earth, here we're crumbling. Which way will we go? People always say it doesn't matter anyway. Closing the heart cause they see it every day. But not this time, we're going out afraid. Marching on even though we know. We will go through shadow. Fear will always justify. Even lead a good heart down to aggression. Come to know it's so simple. If love is not the answer, then we just ask the wrong question. Don't get me wrong, I can see just how it happens now. Seeds of doubt falling around, empathy is shutting down. All of the hatred in the world, see where it comes from defending a god or a job or a loved one. Apathy's a pathogen, only wants to spread. The longest journey ever's from the heart to the head. Like Theseus in the maze, following the thread. The longest journey ever's from the heart to the head. Oh, just got to remind, yeah. Kindness coming back to humankind, yeah. To find your heart, you got to lose your mind, yeah. To find your heart, you got to lose your mind,
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened On. Roses are red, violets are blue. IRONrealmmedia is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the IRONWORX. Kicking off now.
Thank you, sir. It's Christmas for me. I appreciate it.
So you guys gonna get your Apollo guidance computer watch?
I saw that.
I got mine already. I was on the pre-order.
Yeah, right. This thing is ridiculous. Did you look into the article at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they shrunk the Apollo guidance computer down to the size of an Apple Watch. Now they didn't. This isn't magic. They didn't take an actual computer that big and like put it in a machine and shrink it. They just
what
built it to be a lot smaller. Yeah, they didn't do it like that.
There wasn't a magic machine. You're saying?
Nope, no magic machine.
All right. Are you sure? Like, was it reported? Like, did the reporter get out there and verify that there was no magic machine? Or are you just assuming? Was that included in the article?
I'm pretty much assuming this.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So it has a built-in GPS, a digital display, and a working keyboard that has no multiplication or divide button. It just has the addition and so it's not even really as good as your calculator watch that you had back in the 80s.
Well,
it's also programmable. Oh, what?
Do you need multiplication and division if you've got addition and subtraction? Like, if you have 5 times 3, aren't you really just, that's how many times you add it?
5
right.
5. I guess you could. That's how they're doing math nowadays anyway. That's how they're teaching children to do it. So I guess this is, advancing in their eyes. We don't
Can
need
I
that.
write boobies with the calculator watch is all I need to know.
Right. Shell oil.
Doesn't have enough spaces. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh.
Damn it.
Boobs is all you'll get.
Boobs.
You'll get
All
boobs. Oh, goodness. So, okay. It also is programmable, built atop an open source framework, whatever that means, that is compatible with a number of coding environments, including Arduino and Python. So if you have some features you'd like to run, it's open to input. 8-channel digital I/O port with breadboard interfaces, development enclosures, and robotic devices to hook a wire to, I guess. Okay, the company said it will push out software updates in the future and work with community contributions. So if someone else comes up with a cool feature, you should be able to install it on your own device. Should. Remember that word. But it is a novelty. It's priced at about $812 or 649 pounds.
Lord.
But does it even tell time?
Sure.
Why not? If you program Arduino to display a clock for you, I suppose you can program this wristband to display a time if that's really what you want.
So it's not going to bring you all the features of your standard smartwatch. As in that.
Like time?
Yeah. And a multiplication.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Andrew B.
I know that, dude.
What's up, Andrew?
I'm staying off the internet quite a bit, but I figured I would join in because of different things. But either way, yeah, Arduino, I actually programmed and built with a breadboard, which is just a little circuit board with little tiny wires, and then from there I programmed a Wi-Fi detector with a motion sensor and also an audible alarm. So they're pretty cool. They're fairly inexpensive also. That was one of my engineering courses I took back in the day. And I still have it. The wires are disconnected and I forgot the code, but either way, that's pretty cool.
So you built a what, Andrew? Real quick. I'm just trying to figure it out. You built what?
It was a motion sensor with Wi-Fi capability and an audible alarm. On an Arduino breadboard, well, Arduino is the program you use, but then the breadboard is just something that basic electronics students actually have to, electronics, not electrical.
So
I have to specify that.
You programmed this machine so that in case somebody in the room moves, the alarm will sound and they will know that they moved?
Yes.
Good idea. That sounds perfect.
Can I track xenomorphs with it? That's all I need to know.
And I don't know if this is appropriate to show at the moment, so I'm going to wait until after the stream ends, but it's one of the funniest videos I've seen in a long fucking time. It's a Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson interview, but it's a parody. So it's not actually them. Probably just, yeah.
Did you see the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer parody that they were showing on the Tinfoil Sombrero Sunday?
No, I haven't. I've been off the internet a lot.
My gosh, dude, just go back and watch the beginning of that show. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer while they're on the island of Misfit Toys and Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, wow, that's a weird combination.
Sounds
the movie
familiar.
Full Metal, yeah.
Seems like I've seen that.
The Sergeant.
I think I've seen it too, Josh.
Oh, it's so good, dude. That's the first time I laughed out loud like that at something like that, and I don't know how. Like, it just tickled my funny bone.
Well,
Just
I've got. I can share right now. I mean, should I show the Jordan Peterson? It's like 2 minutes long. Not a big deal. If you want to see it, if people want to just seriously just, I've watched this like 15 times. Not a big. Either way, yes. In regards to the whole space lettuce situation, so now on space.com, scientists await signal from NASA's Parker Solar Probe after historic close sun flyby. Will it phone home? Oh, you're going to fly something near the hottest thing that we'd ever know of? Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's going to work. This is how stupid people are becoming. Or it's how people are becoming so intelligent that they realize how stupid people actually are. They can actually develop this type of nonsense and then sell it to the public and then say, yeah, we're going to shoot something at the sun, even in the heliocentric model. That would just be absolutely ridiculous to do.
No, you can get real close to the sun in the heliocentric model.
Yeah, very, very close.
There's not enough molecules in the vacuum of space to transmit the heat, to radiate the heat from one molecule to the next. That's why it's cold. That's why space is cold.
That's why I get sunburned, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's off space.com.
And we make stuff hotter than the sun here on Earth. So it's okay.
I thought we did that. Didn't we do that?
Yeah, we do it all the time, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we make stuff hotter than the sun.
The trouble with
we
that
have
is
stuff here on Earth that can hold it.
When you make
It
things,
doesn't melt.
when you make things hotter than the sun, people get confused and they think artificial sun. Now their necks are craning up in the sky looking for a fake light source.
Electrical arcs apparently are 35,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea how they can actually measure that temperature.
They can't.
But that's what say what?
They can't measure that temperature.
Yeah.
That's like saying trillions of miles.
Anything.
Yeah, it would melt everything. You can't get a thermometer close enough. That's a ridiculous amount of heat.
Right. Apparently a nuclear fusion machine like the Joint European Torus can routinely generate temperatures, similar to the sun, even though my search was hotter than the sun. Okay.
Similar.
Wait. The Z machine at the Sandia Laboratories in New Mexico created the highest temperature ever reached under controlled conditions. 2 billion degrees.
Yeah. Okay.
2
I'm just reading the internet here.
Sorry.
Don't crucify the messenger. I'm just bringing the message.
Billion degrees.
It's like Dr. Evil.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just doing. 1 billion degrees. Oh my goodness.
What does Dr. Evil say though? It's like $100 million.
$1 million.
Or something like that. Yeah.
That's not that much money in today's economy, Dr. Evil. But, yeah. I heard that guy's a real ass in real life, though. Mike Myers.
Oh yeah, he's a comic genius.
I just heard that he likes smelling his own farts. Like, he thinks he's the cat's meow or whatever.
Maybe he hasn't been around
a lot
much.
A lot of people say they couldn't stand working with him.
Oh well, shit happens.
Yeah, it's that whole power corrupt type thing.
Oh yeah, power corrupts, and like absolute power corrupts absolutely, or something like that. How does that saying go?
Yeah. Did you see Don Lemon on the street? He's trying to make a comeback, and he's out there talking to some guy that was doing interviews on the street. I guess the guy has a pretty big following and whatnot on one of the social media things. And Don Lemon's sitting there asking him these questions about, well, what do you say about this? He's like, fake news, dude. He's like, well, see who said it. See who said it. He's like, look at New York Times. And Don Lemon's like, oh, and he's saying all these like major. And the guy's like, yeah, but Don, nobody believes any of those people. Nobody believes you. Everybody knows that you're lying. All you people do is lie. They believe me because I am truthful and I am one of them. And Don Lemon straight up was like, well, I can't argue with you there. Like, you have to admit it. They have to admit it. I mean, that's all they've been talking about the last couple of weeks is how the mainstream media is a dinosaur now. And there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, you're hearing this conversation happening on CNN and it's crazy to see them saying how they are dying and they can't figure out why. Like, hello, you are lying constantly. Pick one. I mean, even Fox News, which is like, the biggest one out there right now, their numbers are dwindling compared to what they used to be. So it's not like one's taking over and the rest are falling behind. They're all falling. And they're openly talking about it. Talking about we need to put a hamper on the First Amendment. Because all these people out there speaking misinformation on social media are making us look bad. It's like, no, stop. You are not journalists. You're entertainers. You get fed something. It's not like you go find a story and break that story anymore. You sit at a desk and you read a piece of paper that's handed to you or off the teleprompter. That's what you do.
Or from your CIA handler.
Yeah. And you all say the exact same things. It's not like you got caught doing this once. There are like 5 different phrases now. You can go find, 50 different news outlets, all owned by George Soros, mind you, that all say the exact same lines word for word, like a paragraph that they have to read out at some point in their, broadcast. And it is word for word the exact same thing. Like,
yeah, it's the Sinclair Broadcasting Group, and that's where they get their scripts from.
Yeah. People aren't buying it anymore. Do you not see the stuff that's being put out? The videos made of you people lying and all saying the exact same thing. It's not genuine. We know you're not real. Wake up.
Yeah, well, a lot of people forget the story of the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah. It's like, who are they doing this for, though? Nobody under the age of 50 is paying attention to anything they say except to ridicule it.
Don't got to. You got to pay attention. Like, you don't have to be watching television to be affected by the frequencies and the programming of that television. You just got to be in the same damn room. And people are not going to turn those televisions off. Let's be real. They'll continue listening to it and saying, well, I don't believe it consciously. But I think somewhere subconsciously, somebody's just accepting that information as truth. And it causes that weird cognitive dissonance. It makes them confused, makes them want to drink and just focus on sports ball.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday, my friend.
That wasn't the right one, but happy Friday, my friends. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us this morning.
Love y'all.
Yes, thank y'all. I love y'all so much.
This is the one I wanted. There it is. Yeah, weren't even sure we were going to do a show this morning, but I'm sure glad we did. Missed you guys on our hiatus.
Yes, big time.
But glad to be back. Look for more of this evening for Have No Sphere. I'm sure if Liz were here, she would have asked us what was going on tonight already. Maybe we'll open up lines.
Send Liz lots of love, y'all.
Absolutely. Lots of love and healing vibes for Liz. Otherwise, we will see you guys back here next week for more of the Ironworks. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 a.m. Central. Be good. Be well. Do good. Do well. We love you. Bye-bye.